I think let's start with, for some of the folks that maybe aren't familiar with what Turo does, a little bit of background on the actual service you're offering here.
Thanks for inviting me. Yeah, Turo is a great business. There are almost 1.5 billion cars around the world, and they are idle the vast majority of the time. With our app, you can actually share your car so that you can earn money when you're not using your car. And the last few months, we've seen people earning more than $500 a month sharing their car a few days a month. So it's a great opportunity for car owners to share their cars and earn money with them when they're not using them.
I get that the share economy is something that's become very mainstream, and folks have gotten much more comfortable with the idea of sharing other people's homes or getting into Lyfts or Ubers. But this idea of sharing someone else's car, it does seem like there's still something of a connotation attached to it. How do you overcome that?
We focus a lot on building trust and safety. We have a great partner with Liberty Mutual to cover all the insurance for both the car owner that is sharing their cars with their guests, as well as providing coverage for guests that are driving these cars. So it's all about, I think, bringing that new idea to market and building trust and building safety for our community. And I think as we continue to grow and invest in our brand, more and more people are sharing their vehicles. Last year, we ended the year with more than 400,000 vehicles listed. And our community is now more than 10 million strong. So we're growing really rapidly, and we're hoping to be in the next few years in the same realm as ride sharing and home sharing.
So what does this investment from IAC bring to the company, especially since the CEO of IAC is joining the board as well?
We're very excited to partner with IAC. IAC is an incredible company that has a lot of expertise in the world of marketplaces. So we're looking forward to collaborating with Joey and the team at IAC to help accelerate our progress, help accelerate our growth. We obviously want to invest more in our expansion. We want to refine our customer experience. We'd like to expand into more markets. So those are the key priorities for us in the next few years.
Andre, can you remind people what percentage of the days or the hours of the day their car is actually in use?
Over the last few months, we've seen that the average host is sharing their vehicle roughly a third of the time, so 10 days a month. And with that 10 days a month, they're earning roughly $550 of earnings on a monthly basis, which, as you can imagine, with $550 of earnings, you can pay for your car payment. And it's an incredible deal for a lot of people who are using the app.
And that compares to people who don't. Obviously, traditional ownership, you use your car, I think it's less than half that, right?
Oh, yeah. Traditional ownership, we have seen the stats come in every year, and traditional ownership implies utilization that's less than 10% of the time. So it's a very inefficient use of an asset that depreciates really rapidly and has a lot of fixed costs. So I think, Turo is a tremendous opportunity for people who want to make better use of their asset.
As we've seen with other companies and other industries focused on the share economy, there does seem to be some regulatory risk here. You've got these brewing, I guess for lack of a better word, conflicts with some officials, LAX or in Salt Lake City at some of these different airports around the country. What is the company's strategy for dealing with that, and how would you expect that regulatory landscape to shake out ultimately?
Yes, we are faced with a lot of challenges on the regulatory front. Really, it's driven by the traditional rental car industry and by enterprise in particular. I think the traditional car rental players are concerned that consumers now have a bit more choice and that there's probably better selection, better value, and better convenience with an alternative to the traditional options of car rental. So we've definitely been battling enterprise this year. There are 37 states in the United States alone where we have gone into government relation battles with enterprise. They're trying to pass laws that will restrict the ability for consumers to share their cars. They're trying to avoid competition. So we're fighting back. We've been, I think, building, a strong coalition of like-minded people We have great support from the car manufacturing industry, from the insurance industry, and we have prevailed in all of these regulatory battles this year. We have prevailed in the regulatory battles last year. We had 25 states last year. So, we're trying to be very vigilant when it comes to protecting the ability for consumers to share their cars, and we're going to continue to fight these battles.